mic?
This
Mic is this?
this is a Rode 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good mic. I don't know why sometimes it sounds not so good. Like, I see some people with like $50 microphones, and I'm like, your voice sounds way better than my voice. I don't get it.
Dude, back in the day, back when YouTube was first a thing, it was notorious that we used to record with Rock Band mics.
Oh, really? Oh, it's
Yes.
all right. So we're live now. Let me change the title to second podcast. There.
Second of many.
Yes. And then save that. What else did I want to do? Thumbnail. I think I created a thumbnail. I think. Maybe not. No, I definitely created a thumbnail. Did I not save it? Maybe I didn't download it. Screw it. No thumbnail. What's going on, everybody?
Oh, what's going on? It's your boy.
Big crypto in the house. Coming at you live. So I'm just here. So I'm just here with my Lamborghini.
Is that Ty Lopez?
I think so. Yeah, the guy in his garage. Like, I'm just here in my garage.
Just here in my garage, my 6 Lamborghinis that I rented. I mean, I don't doubt that he's rich. He's probably rich, but
yeah, but we don't need all that.
I think it's like ill-gotten gains. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so we're definitely live, waiting on people to filter in. I know J-Hub said he would stop by as well, so
okay.
Cool.
Send me the link. Just DM me the link or whatever, and then I can get it out on socials, whatever it may be.
Yep, J-Hub is just looking for the link.
It's True OG.
True OG, yeah. J-Hub, the boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a down-ass dude. So we're meeting up in at CNFT Con, you know.
Heck yeah. We gotta all meet up at CNFT Con. It's gonna be lit.
Well, yeah.
I can hear that.
It's all about the taste.
She's not wrong.
That's true. Penn Station is pretty dope. What's the best sub place for you?
What do you mean? Like eating subs.
Yeah, like subs.
So we have this place. I mean, it's a chain at this point, but Firehouse Subs is pretty bomb.
Oh yeah, we have a Firehouse Subs here. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
With that hook and ladder.
I know a lot of people say like Jersey Mike's and stuff, but you know, it's all right. I think Jersey Mike's just all right.
Yeah. I've had Jersey Mike's. It's pretty good. I would say, out of all of them, my favorite is probably Penn Station. Then probably Firehouse.
I don't think I've been to Penn Station, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I think I've seen one maybe. I don't think we have one around here.
Their fresh cut fries are unfadable. They're so good.
Huh. I gotta check them out.
Yeah. There's one in your area. Hit it up.
All right, will do. Somebody send me a donation so I can go have a sub. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that broke.
Good. Grinding this fiat currency.
Yo, what's up, J-Hub? What up, boy?
Troji.
The boy, the myth.
Yeah. So he's going to be in Vegas. I mean, you're obviously invited. I'm just going to take everybody out to dinner or whatever. And then we're thinking about doing some other things, like renting out like a little section of the club and having like lizard drinks there. Like
that would be sick.
Drinks.
Like hit them up and let them know like how to make it, or is that already a type of drink?
It's just going to be on the menu, right? And so it'll be our like own little like selection of drinks that we'll have or whatever.
Gotcha. It'd be like a green margarita or something.
Yeah, in the lizard lounge and stuff. So
heck yeah, that's awesome. So I was thinking about So I was thinking about coming up with a name for us, and I was thinking,
Right.
I can't think of anything like, I don't know, too creative. I was thinking like the ocean floor, but I was like, then it kind of leaves out lucky lizards. So I was thinking the only way to really do it is the lucky ocean. It's the only thing that goes.
I mean, that could work. I mean, but the thing is, it's on your channel, so it's like
Well,
it's yours. You know
yeah,
what
but
I'm
you're
saying?
here, so it's all good. I
Yeah.
mean, without you, I wouldn't even be doing it. I'm not going to sit here and talk to myself,
Yeah, that's true.
I do that enough.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. I feel like
Dude,
I do that pretty much at work all the time.
dude, there's so many times I'll just like start up a video and I'll be like, all right, I got the whole thing planned out in my head, and I'll click like record and be like, hey guys, I'm here with, or like, hey guys, I'm covering like, and I'll just like freeze, and then like over and over, it's just like, hey guys, I'm, and just like all day long, I'm just talking to myself. So definitely nice to talk to you, somebody else. Did you mute your mic? Oh wait, what? Are you messing with me?
No, I'm talking.
Oh, okay. Hey, we said 9. What happened to 9?
That's what I said. And then they always pull some stuff on me, like, "Oh, I gotta get my water. It's gotta have ice in it. It's gotta be crushed ice." It's like, dude, kids are so particular. I swear. Don't argue with me. You're on the microphone, dude. Stop.
It's all good. It's all good. There may be maybe like sometimes in the future where like, it's bad timing, but it's all good for right now.
What kind of game? Dude, please tell me that's not like the cucumber lime.
You don't like the cucumber and lime?
Are you serious?
I love the cucumber and lime, bro.
I'm about to stop this podcast right now.
Nobody
That
else
is
likes it.
trashiest.
Nobody else likes it. Nobody. My mom got it, and she's like, dude, I won't drink this. And I was like, if you won't drink them, give me all of them. I love them.
That is so disgusting.
I love
Like, I
them.
love cucumbers. I love lime. But those two paired together is
Really. The only
it's awful.
the
Like I
only thing.
bought one because I thought it would be good, right?
Yeah.
From a local grocery store. And dude, it was I took one sip and I was like, this is gutter trash, awful.
Oh, dude. All right. So one of my first experiences with it was I was working at a TGI Fridays, and I was like kind of sick going into it, and there was this homie. Oh, I can't remember his name, but he was this Hispanic dude. He was awesome, and he was like, "Dude, you're not looking so good." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I don't feel so good." And he was like, "I got you. I got this Gatorade. It's like cucumber in it. It'll make you feel good." And so he like poured it into a cup of ice, and he just gave it to me, and I felt I like, I don't know, I didn't feel great. It didn't cure me, but it got me through the whole day.
Great.
But it got me through the day, and I was just like, I don't know, there's something about this. And ever since, I've just been like addicted to it. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I know Powerade has it as well right now, and like I can't do either one of them. It's like it's not good.
Huh. I mean, I don't like really sugary drinks. So this one is actually the 0 sugars, but so it's probably even worse. But I don't know. I like to take Gatorades and like put a bunch of ice and just really water it down, or else I can't do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I understand that. Like
Yeah.
I can get down with that. But yeah, I don't think you can water that thing down enough. Hey, no, I don't want the lights on that bright. Why does everybody think I want it like the Lakers, where it's like the really dark in the back, you can see, and it's like the spotlights down here. I'm sweating. I don't need to see like drip drops from over here. Listen,
Dancing in
get
the
out.
background.
Having kids, it's a blessing. Don't get me wrong, like it's great having kids, but sometimes they have complete disregard for anything you have going on.
Oh yeah. I
They
think
don't.
it's obviously more. Yo, what's up, AA? Good night, bro. Oh, he came in to say good night. What a homie. Uh, but yeah, I think people have that in general. Like if they don't fully understand something, it's just like, oh, like I'll just mess around. Like it's probably not a big deal. And then But kids like really don't like think anything is a big deal, you know? Like, oh, nothing could be a big deal. Grown-ups just take everything way too serious, you know, like that kind of mentality. I get it, dude. I get it. You know, I still have a little bit of that in me, you know?
If it doesn't affect them, like, you know what I'm saying? They do not care.
No.
Like, it's just like, well, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I do. They're worried about themselves.
Yep.
So it's pretty funny. So, yeah.
All right. So, what kind of topics we gonna get into today? What are we talking about?
Well, so I think the first one we're going to talk about is like what we minted.
Okay.
Over the weekend or whatever. I know that you participated in at least one, right?
Just one. Yeah, just one.
And you didn't go hard in the paint.
Nope.
You were very modest, managed your expectations. And so what project did you get into?
So I saw Juke Boys, and I thought Juke Boys looked like it had probably the best opportunity for a flip. It had, I think, 8,800-ish members, and only 5,000 NFTs to be sold. 68 I thought was a very fair price. Thought the art looked clean. So I looked into it. I saw the whitelist. I saw the floor kind of dipping and dipping and dipping all throughout the whitelist. It happens, of course, during a bear market too. This is what I expected. And I was telling everybody in my Discord chat, I'm not going to mint. I'm going to buy 2 off the floor at 40 to 50. And then I broke my rule and I minted 1. And then instantly, look at it. It's at 40 to 50, just like I called. Yeah. So,
right.
You know, I'm not bummed out about it. I got a really cool one with a halo, and not many have the halo.
That's what I'm saying. So it's different. If you mint something and it's better than what's on the floor, then it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you got a floor one, oof.
I mean, it's not the greatest though. Like, it's not like super decked out. It's not like gonna sell for a lot. I tried to sell it for 180 originally, didn't sell. I lowered it to 140, waited an hour, didn't sell. I lowered it to 90 now, and it still hasn't sold for a full day. And it's a sick one. But I've seen some ones with the halo at going for like 55 to like 60 ADA. So if you guys are trying to scoop some, I have not seen many halos, and there's a few out there for like 50-ish ADA. But I'm going to keep mine at 90. Maybe they go crazy. Maybe they don't. I don't care. I didn't go hard in the paint, so I'm not like, I don't have that like gut feeling like, oh God,
Oh God. See, like I got that with Disco Solaris, right?
Oh, okay.
So Disco Solaris, I got into late. Like, well, okay. So I got to mint some, but I didn't get to mint as many as I wanted to. I wanted to mint like 40 of them, right? I wanted to get into it because I really liked the colors, art, the whole 9 yards. And so I didn't get them in as many as I want, so I just started buying them. And as soon as they hit the market, they were at like 200.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man. And so I was sweating because the floor hit 60, and it hit like I want to say dang near 40. And then I was like, well, this is it. My NFT career is done. Like, this is it, boys, packing it up. And you always sweat the small stuff, right? It's just I like Juke Boys. I minted them as well. And I minted my 3 that I could get, right? And then I picked up some like off the floor that were kind of at the beginning floor. So it was like 75 or something like that. But I got some pretty sick ones. Like I was actually pretty impressed with them. So I have one that looks like Juice World, essentially, for lack of better terms. And so I think I was pretty happy. I don't see it like making me like a fortune or anything like that. That's not what I'm here to do as far as that goes. I like the way it looks. And as far as the PFPs, I mean, they look pretty good. They're not too bad. They're simple, very clean, like you said. So I ended up minting 3 of them and then picking 2 up off the floor, and I've held on to it since. I haven't really looked at the floor or anything like that. I've just been busy at work and living life.
So it's interesting you say like you're not looking to make crazy amount of money off of them. So most projects that you buy, is that your goal to flip and make money, or do you buy projects that you're just trying to support a project that you think is cool? Like, what is your kind of take?
So it's a mix of both, right? And I kind of make up my mind while I'm minting, right? So like when we
Same.
talked in the first podcast with Chilled Kongs, right? As I was looking at it inside my wallet, I was like, dude, I got to get more. Dude, I got to get more, you know? And so I just calmed in, you know?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's going ape shit. And you know, no pun intended. No pun intended. Uh, but yeah, I think it's just about how I'm feeling at the time, like as I'm minting it. Like if I look at it and I'm like, okay, this seems like pretty legit. This is attractive. Like I see it, but I haven't had that itch in a very long time, you know. So I'm always cool with minting like 4 or 5 at least to help out projects and stuff like that. Maybe get exposure or like say I helped out. You know what I mean? And but yeah, I don't really do flips per se. I mean, the only thing that I've ever really flipped was I flipped Disco, Solaris, and I flipped Kongs, you know, and that just pretty much helped me um, move on with the project. That's pretty much all it's about. So, you know, looking at my space bud, I always think to myself like, okay, well, I have one space bud already. I have another one. If I sell the one, I could get 6K, you know, at least, or whatever the floor is, and you know, do more things with my project or pay the people that I need to pay, you know, and just have that under the bridge, you know what I mean, and taken care of. And so, um, I don't know exactly what I'm going to ape into. Like the only thing that I've seen really that I've seen recently to ape into would probably be either Havoc Worlds, which is pretty cool. Like I love their stuff, and then Bluebots. Bluebots looks pretty cool. And then I look at
Yeah.
Retro, right?
Yeah, Retroheads has something cool too.
So Retroheads looks cool. I just found out they didn't have like a website, which to me, I mean, it's hit or miss. Like really, to be honest with you, we haven't, or I haven't, uh, put too much stock in our like website. The guy who's doing it is a personal friend of mine, and he's awesome at doing it. He just gets a nice little layout. We have different games that we can do on there and stuff like that, and like treasure hunts for Ada and like free raptors or lizards or whatever it is. And then, but I found out they didn't have a website, so I didn't know if that was like a barrier to entry or something like that, or it's a expectation, right? It's
Yeah.
almost like we have a Discord as well for NFT
That's
project.
That's really interesting because I would say like my project doesn't have a website, but there's absolutely no need for me to have a website. Like
Right.
I'm you know the NFTs that I own are based off of me. You know, I'm my YouTube channel, and if people want to get their project out there, they can contact me through Twitter or Discord. You know, I have all my socials linked, even my emails, which I don't check my email hardly ever, so don't email me.
Oh, geez.
But you know, there's no reason for me specifically to have a website because I can just talk to you, get the whitelist spots, and it's all done. But
Right.
for retro heads, I feel like they should have a website. And I did cover them and I did really like them. But yeah, I didn't even notice that they didn't have a website. I just kind of didn't check it. But,
Right.
you know, now that I'm thinking about it, because their whole point is to create an analytics program. So you're going to need a
Okay.
website for that, you know?
Right.
So I don't know what
Right.
they're waiting on. I know they said that they're going to take the money from the mint and use that for their website and for their analytics tool and all that stuff. But I mean, it doesn't take much to just start a website. I mean, you don't have to have
Well,
the tool
right.
ready.
Right. I think it doesn't take much to do a website. I think doing the final one and maybe their plan is just so grandiose, I guess you'd say, that they can't afford it with their own pocket money. You know what I'm saying right now. So they might use the mint to put out a product that they actually like. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they're a rug. Maybe I don't
Yeah,
know. They don't seem like it,
they'd be
you
a
know.
big rug. That would like we haven't had a huge rug in a while. What was the biggest rug we've ever had? I wanted to know that actually the other day
Man,
because like most rugs are really small, like 3K to 4K, if
Coco
that.
Loco, I would say, would be the biggest rug that we've had, and it was a
Okay.
legitimate rug. I mean, it
Yeah.
was. There's no other way to put that. It was just a rug,
Yeah.
and so um,
What about
yeah,
other than
but
Coco Loco? Because I came kind of after that.
I don't. I don't know. I think they get shut down pretty quick. You know,
We did a good
um,
job with Ada Boys
gin-
shutting that down.
gingerbread.
Gingerbread, I wasn't following it. Like, I had heard of it, and I was just like, oh, like, I'm not going to make money off of these. I'm going to leave them alone. And then, like a day or two later, people were like, oh, a rug pull. And I was like,
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah. I was like,
Clouds rugged after it got sold out. I
they only
think
had, like, what, 2,000 people in their Discord, though, or 3K? Something like that.
it was like 3 or 4K. Yeah,
Yeah. And that was big back in the day, actually. That was when,
that
like,
was
yeah, like, there
it
was,
was like 4K. If you had 4K
yeah,
in your Discord,
you were
like,
set.
yeah, you were
You were
on
top
top of the
dog.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Because, like, dude, I
yeah.
was so used to going in and seeing, like, 2K max. And most of the times I would see a bunch of projects 400, 500, 200, 300. And
Right.
then, you would go in and it would just be, like, these small indie projects because there's not a whole lot of support there. But nowadays, like, after the January, like, influx of, I guess, ETH people or Solana people, just influx of people in general.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, we saw projects hitting like 13K in like 2 weeks of being announced, and I was like, dude, this is not normal. I'm buying.
Yeah, I mean, is it botted though? Is it botted?
I mean, probably some of it.
Could,
I,
some
I,
of
I
it,
think
right?
I think every single project, whether they know it or not, has at least, well, depending on the big projects, have probably around like 1,000 to 3,000, depending on how big they are, bots.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way to get around it. I don't think there's any system that perfectly finds every single bot.
Not unless you do like the purge for inactivity, right?
Yeah.
So you can do that on Discord after like a week or whatever. You can purge people that aren't just active at all. So
Okay.
that way you can get more accurate numbers, I guess you would say. But something else I minted was mutant frogs.
Oh no, Frog Factory.
Frog Factory.
There is Mutant Cheetah Gang coming up, or actually, was that today? No,
Yeah,
their
Cheetah Gang
whitelist.
today.
Their whitelist was today. I think their main mint is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I minted the Frog Factory, which was, I mean, it was cool. Like I was on the whitelist. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
that.
No problem.
Big shout out to you. And so I mean, I like it. I like the idea of it, right? So you mint these frogs and get you a discount if you're ever in the area for like a tattoo or whatever. And the art seems pretty cool. Like I like it. I think the trades are pretty cool. It's not, again, it's one of those things where it's not going to take off. So I'm not looking to make killer money off of it. But do you, okay. So when you have a whitelist, sometimes I feel not pressure. I wouldn't say pressure, but there's an idea that like I want to make them look, I guess, say at you, right, and say, okay, this was worth it. The people that whitelisted, minted, and we got some ADA for it, and this was all worth it. So maybe down the line, if they come out with something project wise that's really decent, really good, and I'm not saying it's not good now, but you know what I mean, that maybe they're like, oh shit, we'll hit them back up again, or whatever it is.
Oh, you're saying like from my perspective, like because they
Right.
helped by, they gave out a lot of white list spots. I did some looking into it. They had whitelist spots for Kongs and for Ada Apes. I believe DJ Travis gave out some whitelists. I think a few other YouTubers as well. So I don't know if they'll ever be able to know like, oh, these people came from Atlanick stream or these people came from whoever's stream. I don't know if they'll be able to tell.
I gotcha.
But
It's like, I'll shout you out though. You know what I mean?
yeah, I appreciate you.
And so, yeah, I think DJ and Travis, he was doing like consulting for them or something.
Oh, I don't know.
exactly what his role was, but he was doing something for him. That's so disgusting. Every time you take a sip of that, I'm just like, what?
I will say there is like that acidic aftertaste in my mouth, and if I don't drink water afterwards, it'll like hurt my throat in the morning. But it tastes good.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
And so, what else did you mint?
That was it. Honestly, I stand by what I say in my videos when I say I am looking for the chart to go back up on a bullish trend for ADA volume. Until then, I'm not minting anything. I mean, I minted one thing. I broke my rule, but even still, like I wasn't gonna mint. I just thought, okay, it's holding at 60. and most of them have minted. And I also decided to mint like last second. Like the reason why it worked out for me was because they actually screwed up their mint. And I think this is a part of why Juke Boys did poorly. They screwed up their mint. When they gave out the public mint, the public address, they accidentally released their whitelist address. So when you sent to the whitelist address, it refunded everybody. And the reason why it worked out for me was because I waited like 2 to 3 minutes after they released the address, because I was still making up my mind. And then I sent it just because I was like, screw it, and I just hit it. And but they had fixed the address by then. So it just like mine went through like that. I got my thing real quick, kind of worked out. But maybe it would have worked out even better if I got the whitelist, so I could have gotten refunded and bought off the floor. But I got a cool one. I'm not bummed. But yeah, I'm not looking to mint anything. I think there's a lot of cool projects. Like I'm looking. What do you think about Worlds of Cardano? Have you seen it?
I have.
Did you hear about their recent partnership?
Was it didn't you cover it? You covered it
Today, yeah.
Yeah, today.
I'm checking you.
Yeah, it was the OG Bears.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
See, I pay attention.
Let's go.
You think I'm not a fanboy, but I am.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
So yeah, no, OG Bears, yeah, which OG Bears, they're doing something cool. Is it they're dropping coins for people, or what is it?
The OG Bears are dropping coins?
I don't know if they were doing that. What are they doing? They're doing something interesting.
I mean, I know they have their metaverse game. I don't know if they released anything recently. I used to be like pretty tight with them. They kind of fell off the earth, as far as like keeping up with me. I haven't been keeping up with them just because I've been getting blown up in my DMs. So I'm just trying to keep up.
Oh, shit. Mr. Popular. Oh,
yeah,
baby.
at the moment it seems that way. It's nice. Like I love talking to different projects. I love talking to new people all the time. So, I don't hate it at all. It's just like I am busy, so I do forget about, some people sometimes, and it just kind of happens. So if you're like trying to get in contact with me, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to ignore you, but just spam me. I won't be mad. Like just blow up my inbox. I don't care. It won't bother me,
Yeah.
But
OG Bears, they're doing something cool. And I don't know exactly what it is. I'll look it up.
Yeah, let me go check them out.
They had something on their roadmap that was actually pretty cool, I thought.
First one I know.
They were doing.
So they have it says OG Bears Home started as a simple home for you to be able to check data, floor price, yada yada. Here's a complete list of everything they've done. Log in via Discord, verify wallet, fetch all NFTs from wallet, change main profile picture, playing darts, interaction with elements, playing games. So I do announce yeah, and then that was their partnership one. I don't know. I know that they had like a trailer that they were going to release, and they were like, yeah, we're going to show you our trailer and we want you to stream it and show it live. And I was like, heck yeah, that sounds awesome. And that was like a month and a half ago. So I don't know.
Let's pretend like they're in the lab, like busy, heads down.
I'm sure they are
building something, you know what I mean?
I mean, I know that there's people over there. What's his name? Ben, I don't even know your last name, but Ben E, something like that. I know that he was one of the ones over there, and he created this really cool tool that you can go and search up like whatever bear you own. It'll show you all the traits, the rarity, all that cool stuff. And he's been telling me that they're working hard over there, so I know they are. I just know, I guess I just had the wrong impression. I thought that they would be ready like a month ago.
Okay. Certain traits get you fish for the game.
So yes, they have their Salmon Token.
Salmon, see? See?
Okay, so that's what you're talking about. Yeah, the Salmon Token. Yes. So the very first launch of the bears, you also got a Salmon Trophy with the bear. And now for their second mint, you didn't get a Salmon Trophy. So they're kind of rare. And when the tokens come out, they are throwing tokens to all the people who hold salmon trophies, which is why salmon trophies went up in price like a lot, like, I don't know, about a month ago. There was probably hundreds, maybe thousands of these at 8 a floor for a long time. And then, if you scooped up like, I don't know, you could have made a lot of money if you scooped up those off the floor.
Do they stack?
Yeah, that's why people have been buying them. I hold 4 at the moment, but I think I had 6 and I sold 2. One for like 75 and one for like 70 or something like that. But
Okay.
I'm just holding the others for now because I think they're going to be worth more. I just need that like one announcement. And maybe they're being really smart and they're seeing that we're in a downtrend and they're just like, let's just wait.
Yeah, which is something that I was gonna touch on, dude. It is like I don't think people understand. Like, if you come out with anything almost right now, it's gonna be very, very difficult, very difficult. And so I think part of it is like people are being particular about what they're minting, obviously. So the people that are flipping are a lot more hesitant. You know what I'm saying? Especially if ADA's at like 70 some odd cents right now. Like
Yeah,
every ADA you give up is like,
that's so painful to see.
you know what I mean? And
It's
and and so if you're a project, I think almost one of the worst things that you can do right now is try to mint like your project out. And so I think we're going to see a lot more delays or anything like that until there's an uptrend with ADA. It's just not going to happen until people start getting some sort of positive sign from ADA. It's just, it's not. It correlates, dude. There's no way that it doesn't correlate. Down
yeah.
market, downtrend in NFTs, downtrend in volume, the whole 9 yards. It's rough out there, dude. So,
Yeah, I mean, we have seen the uptick in ADA kind of flatline, so at least it's not going any lower at the moment, but it's not a good sign either up or down. It's just kind of
I
like,
mean, do you follow trends at all? Like value of ADA trends or anything like that? You check your Fibonacci's, boy.
I really wish I understood Fibonacci's. I don't understand any of that. Um,
Fettuccine.
but yeah, I pretend in my head that I know what I'm doing, and I look at charts and I'm like, here's a resistance level, it's gonna bounce. And
Right.
yeah, sure, like you're right, but I don't know where it's bouncing to, you
Yeah.
know? So like that's where a lot of traders struggle. I think everybody can tell like, oh, resistance level is gonna bounce, cool. But then everybody gets in that headspace of, well, could it go higher?
I think, to be honest with you, I think ADA at some point is going to hit about the 50 cent mark.
I mean, I am pretty bearish on stocks, and the fact that I mean, I just didn't think that cryptos would fall 50 to 60% while stocks only fell 5%. I was shocked.
Right.
I really thought that cryptos would fall like 10% to 15% while stocks fell that much, and then stocks would fall more, and then cryptos would hit that 50% as stocks hit maybe that 20% in like a 2 years time. But yeah, dude, I'm with you. I don't see anything bullish, sadly.
And it's so crazy because it's like I feel like no matter what we do, there is literally no control over the price at all. Like, it will go down. You could have insane amount of ADA traffic. People would be like ADA, 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 and it will go down. Like, dude, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
So we're all putting on a happy face, and we're going along, and it's great. But it's gonna go down further, and people are like, oh, it's a buy zone. Well, dude, I'm running out of fiat too. You know what I mean? Like, I
yeah.
can't buy with ADA, dog. Like,
I've
that's
been
not
thinking about that. I was like, dude, I really wish I had money because I would be buying right now. Like I would be,
right,
you know.
right. And
But
it's a good buy zone
yeah,
because when you think about it, you last the next 2 years, let's say, before a real like bull run, and you could make so much money, like so much money right now. Like, how many people wish that they could have gotten in at 70 cents,
yeah.
you
During
know?
like the 350 time, people were
Right,
like, dude, there's no way I'm ever getting in at like 70 or the 80.
right.
Like, and I didn't think it would ever go below $1 again. I thought it might hit $1 a few more times. I didn't think we were gonna go below it.
Dude, during a true bear market, it's gonna drop like 80%, dude. Like,
Yeah,
that's crypto in general, right?
yeah.
And so for me, I
I
looked at it like, okay, so if it drops 80%, we're at like 60 some odd cents. You know what I mean? Like, it's possible. I mean,
yeah,
but we're already at 79. Like, I don't think
yeah.
this is the road though.
Yeah.
So then for the people that got in at like $1.25, you know, or or regrettably maybe $2, right? For those people, it's like if you're not buying right now to even that out, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like if you got in at
Yeah.
$2, first thing you need to do is
Buy now.
cash something in. I pawn something off and
Yeah.
level out the expenditure there.
I
I
agree.
don't know.
And I'm still in a I'm still like my mentality is still like buy crypto, not stocks. Like stocks are still, a long ways off from their lows, They're only what
Right,
5% down from all-time highs. That's not much.
right.
Crypto's being down 60%, some of them more. I mean, I don't know
And see, if you were smart, right? If you were smart, and not to get too nerdy or whatever, but you should probably take your stocks out of the stock market,
I've
right?
been doing that before we had this dip. So I actually took out a
And
lot.
and flood them into crypto right now because
Yeah.
you have to do the opposite of whatever the market's doing, right? So if it's topping out, um, on the regular stock exchange, right? Then you would use um, all that money to pull into crypto, right? Wait for the boom on that, sell, and use that to hedge for when the market is low, right? Because it's just going to be
I think
fluctuating.
people need to understand too that stocks will probably fall another 10 to 15% if we are going to enter a true bear market within the next year to 2 years. And if you do put in all that money right now into crypto is probably going to fall another 20 to 25% as well with the stock market. So you're going to be down roughly the same amount. However, when we bounce back, you're going to be up way more on your crypto than you will be on your stocks. Most
Yeah,
likely, not financial advice, just like my train of thought.
you'll you'll enjoy your 5% returns on the stock market,
Yeah,
and it's like you can sit there and go from Tuesday to Wednesday and get a 30% gain or 30% loss in crypto. That's the name of the game. So all in all, that you know, who knows what's going to happen from time to time. So yeah,
yeah.
um, yeah. If you're minting things right now, it's gonna be rather difficult. So like the thing that people are doing, I think, is that um, some of the OGs are selling off, you know, because they still need to accumulate their ADA, and so they're selling off like the buds, and they're selling off clays and this, that, and the other, right? And if you're smart, you'll get a space bud right now, or you'll get a clay, or you'll wait a couple months and see where the market's at, and then get in then. I don't know.
It's so interesting too because I thought that I was going to lose my shirt when I bought these NFTs. I was like, first off, if we're going to go and we're going to see stocks fall 5% and crypto's down 50%, then that means that these other, cocaine looking investments are going to be going to like negative 90%, right? I thought I
Right.
was screwed. I was like, I picked the worst time to do this. And
Yeah.
no, I got lucky. Instead, these items are holding up more than the entire market.
Right.
Like I'm at least even with my Cardano because, the clays have gone up and supported like the 50% drop in Cardano, and I'm up like, 40% on the clay. So it's
Right.
not even. I'm still down, but it's better than if I just held.
Right. And I think we all wish ADA was healthy right now. I wish ADA had never dropped below $1. You know,
Yeah.
but I think it deserves where it more than where it's at right now. But uh, hopefully people will see. That's not up to me, right? I can fly the flag all day, but it's not up to me what the price is. It's
Yeah.
scary, but yeah, it could get a lot scarier. It's not like I'm selling, dude. I'm not. What am I
No,
mad again? There's no way.
there's no
No,
way.
if I bought most of my stuff at 33 cents, I'm still up double, than where I
Yeah.
was. That's absolutely insane. You know, if it does drop to 33 cents again, I'm literally pulling out my 401k and throwing it.
Well, if you didn't do it at 50.
Yeah, yeah, it is true. Yeah,
That's the
it's
hardest thing, Like you could do it and it could go to 30 and then you're like, "Oh, crap." But
well, yeah, but you look at it. How long are you going to be in the market, right? So the way
yeah.
I look at my ADA evaluation. It's like, well, it's not about where it's at now. It's about where it's going to be at in 10 years. Because I'm not going to
Yeah.
put 8 at it for 10 years
Yeah.
or
No.
something. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. So where is it going to be? And then where are we going to be as a society in crypto? Right?
Yeah.
And as long as, you know, what IOHK is doing, I think is legitimate, then, you know, sky's the limit. You know, I'm hoping, uh, you know, more ETH people come over. I'm hoping, you know, Solana people come over. You know, and I'll welcome anybody into the space as long as they're not like trashing it. You know, but yeah, I think we'll be okay. It's just we gotta wade through this.
So Harvey says the Fed still has to offload the balance sheet, and the last time that this happened, Bitcoin went from 900 to 20,000.
Which is true.
So I don't know if it's directly like 1-to-1 because of the times we're in, but
Right. And so the first, with inflation and other things like that, obviously we have major um, people with major skin in the game, right? And so they are looking to offload, right? And so I don't know what people's next move is, like, at all. I'm not going to pretend, like, but I know there's probably some shady things going down. And you think crypto is shady? Everybody thinks crypto's shady. You know what I mean? They have. If you don't think the regular stock exchange is shady, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
did
you
you
have rose-colored glasses on. 'Cause
anything anything that involves money is shady. You know, gambling is of course shady. You know, casinos are of course shady. You know, anything that involves money, trading Pokemon cards, dude. There were kids when I was like a teenager, right? Taping Pokemon cards to the back of each other to make them look like they were super rares, and then selling them to kids for like $5 to $10. Like, dude,
Right.
anything that involves money is gonna be shady. What about the
Yeah.
you heard about the Nancy Pelosi trading, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that stuff's happening every day, and it's not just her.
Yeah. You don't think there's insider trading? Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
get real. I got into Bitcoin when it was $1,906 per coin, right?
Oh wow,
I got 4 of them. Okay.
you holding them?
No, I sold it.
Aw.
I sold it over 4,800.
Nah, not bad.
When it hit 4,800, yeah, it's just like, it was. I was really happy, you know, at the time, and obviously hindsight's 2020, and you could, oh yeah, I should have sold when it was like 60K or like whatever, you know, and it's just like everybody thinks that way, but the point is as long as you're on the left side, which, well, left side, if you're looking at it, of the balance sheet, you know, you're good. Like, that's
Yeah.
all that matters, and that's the way you got to look at it. Is like, yeah, dude, in a perfect world, I would have timed everything out so great, but you never knew what was going to happen, and so it was just like, well, at least I won. You know, at least I came out ahead, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm trying to think, like, so you had your mint, right?
Yeah. We're still minting, but
What?
so we're
Tell me what that process was like. Like, what was going through your mind as you hit the go button, you know, and you let the floodgates loose? It's
Man.
exciting.
yeah, it was. Oh, dude. All right, so like just a quick like disclaimer about like me. Like, I have OCD, and I think like really different. I think from a lot of people, but you know, I was like nervous, obviously, but at the same time, I was like, I feel like I'm offering something like really cool. Like, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't feel like I wasn't offering something good enough. So like I felt confident, but also just like I don't want to promise anything. I was in a weird space because I was like, I feel like this is good, but the market's down, and I also just had so much going on. I didn't have like a whole lot of whitelist spots planned. I only had like a few, and they were lesser known projects at the time. So I was like, I don't want people to think that like this is just a cash grab. So I felt a lot of pressure to find some really good whitelist spots like as soon as possible to prove to people like I'm not just trying to take your money. I am actually trying to like give you something. So like I just felt a lot of pressure to succeed and like have it do well. And then the very first minute of the mint, It was just a weird coincidental timing. I gave permission to one of my mods, and then somebody, a hacker or a scammer rather, posted their address in the chat in a thread because I didn't stop the threads. So unfortunately, 3 transactions did go through, and 2 people got scammed. And I fixed it. I gave them the money back. One of them just wanted their NFT, but yeah, I felt really bad about that. I was like, dude, like, you're so stupid. Like, why didn't you like plan this? Like, why didn't you know that like scammers were gonna be here? Like, why? I was like kind of down on myself instantly. And then, but I was live while doing it, and some people in the chat were like, "Don't think about the negative. Don't think about the negative." And I was like, "Dude, they're right. Like, I can't. Like, I'm live. Like, I'm ruining people's moods by being negative. Like, I need to be happy to like, you know, bring up the vibes again." And so,
Yeah.
I don't know who it was. Maybe it was even J-Hub, but somebody was like, "Dude, play some of your music," and it was really cool. Like, I really do think that everything happens for a reason. So I'm going off topic from exactly what you were asking me. I'll get back to it, but
No, it's fine.
but yeah, but so somebody was like, play your music, and I got really mad at the beginning, and I said the F word like 3 or 4 times, so I already knew this was demonetized. So I was just like, I don't care about this stream no more. Like, I'm doing everything I shouldn't do. I played music, I played like all my songs, I was like vibing, I was going, like, it turned around real good. Like, I was real happy. And we were just playing some A to Zoo, and that was really fun. But so yeah, like, that turned around, and a lot of people were like being really nice, and they were telling me like, hey dude, you make like really good music and you have cool lyrics, like you should make NFTs for music. And that was something I had thought about before I did this NFT, so it just kind of like re-solidified another cool idea that I might want to do in the future. So so it was cool. Yeah, stuff like that I would fix in the future though is I would definitely have everything more in my head, like, okay, I need to take off the threads, I need to take off chatting, I need to like mute like the entire server basically. Yeah, just small mistake. Fortunately, it was only 75 ADA, so not the worst. But yeah, it was nerve-wracking. I learned a lot of lessons. I had a really good time, even though some bad things happened, but you know, it could have been much worse, and I'm very fortunate for everybody that came out and bought one. And right now we're sitting, I think, at 160 sold out of 300. So more than half have sold.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know, you should be very proud of that. I know that you said you were shutting down your minting for the time being.
So it's still minting, but I'm gonna stop Friday. So some community members have DM'd me and was like, hey, like, I think you should shut down the mint and like let people see exactly how like your NFTs work, and you know, open it back up during like a bull market and just raise your price a little bit so that you can make a little bit more. Because I think people do understand, like, not everybody understands, but selling 300 NFTs for 25 ADA and paying my minter and my artist, like, I'm not making a lot of money. Even if I sold them for like 35 to 40, I still wouldn't have made like that much money. So I think some people are just trying to
down to 70 cents.
Yeah. So I think the people who like really knew were like, hey, you know, like, you deserve like a little more, like, you can like pause the mint and it'll also help out and make the people who minted early really happy. And I was like, that's true. So, you know, I'm all for it, and I'm giving people plenty of notice. So like, if you still really want my project, you know, like, you can get it for the 25 ADA price. I think that's extremely fair. I'm offering constant changing whitelists. I mean, I found so many whitelists in the last week. I feel like it's really worth it. Bluebots is the most recent one. Shout outs to Bluebots. They look fantastic.
They're cool.
Yeah.
Like, when you did that, I didn't know really anything about them, and now I've kind of researched them. You know, I watched your video as soon as it came up or whatever, and I was like, oh shit, I'm typing in Twitter furiously, like, doing my research, you know. And so I looked at it, and it's cool. Like, their idea is pretty cool. The fact that, like, okay, so you start out with this bot, right? And there's nothing to it, and then it gets an upgrade, like a memory upgrade, right?
Right.
And then it gets like an emoticon,
Yeah.
right? You know, to where it has an actual facial expression, right? So they're not just sitting there and like bored bots. It's like, you know, they want to have a smile, like you said in the video, and I think that's a cool concept. You know, that is, I think, a really, really neat concept. You know, one way to not alter your bot, but at the same time, like, if you choose to like use this upgrade, then go ahead. You know?
Yeah.
So, and then they're gonna have the companions, which I think is cool.
I agree. It reminds me a little bit of like Nier Automata. Have you ever played that?
I have seen it. I have not played it.
You have like this bot like drone thing like floating near your head at all times, and it kind of like shoots stuff while you like fight with your swords or your weapon or whatever. So
Gotcha.
kind of gives me that vibe.
Nice. And so I looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. Looks like a really cool project. And so I hope I get whitelisted for it.
Oh, you're on there, man. You're one of the first people to hit me up. I still have, I think, 18 spots left. So if you guys didn't know, if you like blue bots, you just have to own at least one Atlanick Ocean NFT. The mint is still ongoing, and then just DM me or a mod your wallet address, and we're going to manually verify that you own an Atlanick Ocean NFT, and we'll put you on the spreadsheet and send it on over to blue bots once it's all completed.
How many? You have 4 mythicals left?
4 mythicals left to mint, I believe, and I think 20 roughly uncommons left.
Okay. That's not bad. That's not a bad ratio.
No.
Honestly, over halfway mint, right?
Yep.
And you have 4 and then 20 uncommon. I mean, that's a pretty good ratio right there. It's pretty
and there's only 10 mythical if you guys didn't know, so makes sense.
Yeah. So I think Bluebot is kind of like a big one for me, as far as minting goes. Now with your first mint, it was like, okay, excited to nervous ratio. Like, what was it? Was it like 70-30 or?
That's interesting. I was probably like 50% nervous, like 20% anxious, and then like 30% like giddy and excited, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my ratio.
Nothing beats mint day. Like, it's pretty fun. Like, regardless of what happens, or just releasing anything and finally getting all that like work and stuff off of your shoulders, right? It's kind of a.
How was your first mint? Because your first mint was the lizards, and that was a 1K drop.
My first mint was the lizards on October 2nd, and we had 4K in the Discord. Like,
I was there.
Bots, or whatever, and dude, the chat was just nuts. It was insane. Like, it was like flooded, like 24/7. We broke the queue, for minting. It was crazy. It was insane, and I felt like an idiot because, right, so the mint didn't go down quite like I wanted it to, right? And we broke the queue. Like, there was way too much traffic, and it was down. It sold out in under, like, it broke, and then transactions started to go through, and within like a minute or two, it was sold. Like, it was done. It was only 1K, and so at that point, it was like, well, crap, and part of me, like a little part, like, again, hindsight's 2020, right? Had I known there was going to be 4K in the Discord, or there would have been some pretty big fans, like up until 2 weeks of the mint, I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to sell 300. If I sell 300, I'll flip out,
Yeah.
And so half of me wishes, like, oh, well, maybe I should have gone back and maybe given 2,000, right? Like, how big would my community be at this point, or whatever, and how much traction would we have on the market if there were 2,000 or 4,000? Because there's always a struggle of like, how many do you offer? And so to stay relevant, I think you have to start offering like a larger pool. Now, if it's your first one, sure, like, you can go for broke or whatever, and then maybe on the second, like, die down. But your first one, I mean, for a mint of a first project, if 2K or more, it has to be. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe now, but I think before, like, most projects were going below mint, like, real quick. And I was saying this to this guy named Nick Sick, who I think is a part of Frog Factory. He was the dude who hit me up and was like, hey, you should talk to these people. I can get Pennywise to talk to you, yada yada. And I was like, okay. And so I looked around and I was like, hey, like I really respect everything and think the art looks fine and stuff. And I think it's really cool that you're giving discounts on tattoos because I know how much those can be. But, there's 10,000 and I don't care like how cheap it is. There's only 1,300 people in here, and I was trying to tell him, I was like, the thing is, if you have, let's say 10K trying to sell out to 1,300 people, you may only sell, let's say 1,000. But if you lower that to, let's say 5,000, you might sell 2,000. And here's the reason: with the same number, with the same people in your Discord, because people will be more likely to anticipate that they can flip, so they'll buy more. So like offering less actually helps you sell more if the demand isn't there.
Right.
But
I think it does. It depends on community engagement, 100%. Right. And so that's a huge thing. I don't know. The problem is, it's like, well, what is community engagement now? Because the stuff that you do now is like, if we were doing this now, right, and we were in Twitter Spaces and other things like that, that would work. That would work as marketing when, the market's going strong. When the market's down, it's like, well, what do you do?
yeah,
Like, what can you do to drive hype? And it's like, well, I don't know. I'm lost, because you can grind a little bit and that's fine. But I think like if the market's down, there's literally nothing you can do.
I think all you can do is just have really good art, because people don't even give you the time of day during bear markets. If they see something flashy, they'll be like, oh, cool. But like if it's not super flashy, they'll just be like, not gonna profit, or rather not gonna profit, swiping left.
Right. No, I mean, I get that. And so I think that, when I see projects like, so Bluebots looks pretty cool. Juke Boys definitely looks cool. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
I was originally into Soho Kids and stuff like that.
Rafiki says, what's up?
Rafiki? How you doing, bud? So Rafiki's a cool guy. He's part of the 8 Ape Club.
Oh, that's what's up.
Mods over there, and so he's an OG lizard as well.
Ape Society?
Yeah, 8 Ape Society. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
So, yeah, no, 8 Ape Club.
Oh.
It's in his profile picture.
Oh, that right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, and so he's one of the mods over there, and so he's a true ape degenerate over there.
Nice.
He has so much, but yeah, he's probably the coolest guy. I don't want to leak too much, but he might have something in the future or whatever, which is really cool.
Okay.
But he'll be in Vegas. You'll get to meet all these people. Like, that's the thing. You go to Vegas, you're gonna meet all these people.
It's gonna be so cool. I'm gonna be so nervous to meet some of these people.
Yeah, and we're gonna go pretty crazy. We're gonna go hard in the paint, and so I don't know. I think that art is, it can speak for itself, right? And so there are certain things that are very artistic and maybe didn't get enough attention. I don't know what Cardano is ready for. Are we ready for more than just profile pics? I don't think so. I don't know.
I mean, they're trying. Are you talking about for you, or are you just talking about the Cardano space?
Cardano space in general, like people who buy the NFTs, right? Are they ready for like the finer art? So like the stuff from Jason Matias or like Deborah, right, who does the drips. All of those things are like what's considered fine art. It is absolutely excellent. Looks great. And so I don't. And Atreyu does a really great job with like finer art, I would say. And so I think that I don't know whether Cardano right now is ready for more than profile pics. I don't. Maybe I'm stupid.
We were ready for DAOs, it seemed like, but then
for DAOs. But what's a DAO? Like, are you gonna make a bunch of money off a DAO? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I view the DAO like the S&P 500. Like, if you could invest when the S&P 500 first came out, you'd be doing pretty well. But it just depends on if the DAO. I guess it just depends on how they do it. It's really interesting that with Rat's DAO, the coins are basically your voting power, but I don't know how you make money. Like, how do I get my money out of these NFTs that you own?
they have to somehow either fractionalize it, or they have to sit there and say you're selling your portion of this particular DAO.
Yeah.
And so, and the way you make money is you vote on what NFT to sell, right? So if they want to sell the berry, I mean, they gotta sell the berry.
And so they give that out to the holders, or did they reinvest it?
I think it goes into a community wallet and it's split up based on portion at that point. Like, this is how much either token you get or ADA you get, based on how many rats you're holding.
Yeah.
Which rats, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If I was to go into any DAO whatsoever, it would definitely be rat DAO, because they seem to be the most solid.
Yeah. It's like picking a metaverse. You pick Pavia, right?
Right. Right. And so if you go to metaverse, it's Pavia. Not to crap on other ones, but it's like,
no, they were just there first.
Yeah, they're the first. They got the movers advantage, and it's just like CNFT.io, right? Well, yeah, because Pavia is part of CNFT.io, but like, they have the movers advantage, and so now it's up to the other metaverses to come up with something that is better, more unique, or some proof of life. Because from Pavia, I haven't seen anything. Have you seen anything yet?
I know that they've had partnerships with Pavia compatible assets, and I've seen some really cool things that they say they can put into the metaverse, but I haven't seen them actually put into the metaverse and like walked around. I haven't seen any demos like that.
Right.
I mean, maybe there are, but I don't think so.
I would love to see some proof of life,
Yeah.
for these things. Before I was just sit there and like, I think you touched on it, like getting into Pavia right now. We're paying $360 per plot, and you don't know if those plots are right beside each other, and that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And so you're spending like, $28,000 just to get a 3x3 or whatever it may be, or 2,800 ADA just to get a 3x3 or something.
Well, that's why I actually really liked World of Cardano, because I covered them today, and the way that their mint is going to work is you can get lucky, and you can mint either a 1x1, a 2x2, or a 3x3, all with the same ADA. Right. You don't have to spend.
That's good. That's fair.
Yeah.
And you covered that. I remember you covering that. It's I don't know. It's just like, it's so hard for me to get into like the metaverse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's so far away.
I agree.
Right? And maybe it isn't, but I don't
know. It's like we're so early. Some of these things, very few of them, are actually going to stay long term. And when you hear these stories of people like, hey, I bought this for $40 2 years ago, now it's worth $1 million, like those are usually from people who bought a lot of things, and most of those things they bought didn't, but they hit that one. So that's kind of what a lot of people are doing here, is they're buying like a little bit of everything, and they're just holding long term because it's bound to pay off. Even if you lose 80% of your money, if one of them 1,000x's or whatever, then you're up a lot. So right. I think that's kind of the game a lot of these people are playing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we all want to. It would be cool to get on to like the next big thing, right?
Yeah.
And if that is the metaverse, then that's the metaverse, But it's like, well, what happens to like Ada Realms or whatever it is? Like, what happens there?
What happens to the ones that don't work out, you're saying?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So those people are just.
I don't know. I mean, it just depends. Like some of the metaverses are just gonna, go, they're just gonna fail, but some of them aren't, and it's not like only Pavia is gonna succeed. We could definitely see a Nike Adidas type thing,
Yeah.
Because that's just how competition works, and there's always going to be those people that like this over that, or like that over this, and it's slightly different because these people have a DAO, or it's slightly different because these people are, I don't know, they're Korean or whatever, so like we understand the Korean metaverse more than we understand the English metaverse just because of the language barriers, whatever it is. There might even be like we developed using C#, they developed using Python or whatever, so these projects compare with these projects, and we're really going to have to see how all of it works out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure, and it should come within the next couple years. So right in time for a bull market. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah.
what perfect timing is this? Uh, but yeah. Um, so gaming on Cardano, right? I think is big. It can be big, and I know that you've been playing, the Raggy Run.
Yep.
I don't know if you play it anymore, but you were playing it.
I played it for a
Um,
day.
and then Ada Zoo, right? And so I'm trying to think. So obviously you liked Ada Zoo, I think, right? You still, I mean, you
I
played it
still
this
play it
weekend.
every once in a while. My biggest gripe with that, and I'll let you finish because I know I'm cutting you off a little bit premature, but
No, no, you're good.
uh, is I need to own a good one, or else it's pointless to go play. Because if you find a really good one and it's albino or something, and you miss that opportunity, like you're playing for that opportunity to find a really, really rare one in the wild, catch it and flip it, or catch it and have it. Right? That's the whole point. So if you can't beat him and you can't catch him, you're playing only for the leaderboard. And at that point, you're just grinding a lot, and I don't think many people are actually doing that. So if you actually find these really rare ones and you get 2 hit and you lose, well, you just grinded for 5 hours, found the one that you wanted, and then lost. So you really need to have a good one that can win at pretty much any battle, or else I don't know. You're gonna lose and you're gonna be frustrated and you're gonna spend a lot more time trying to actually make money.
Well, so what if they offered training levels? You know what I mean? To help you obviously train your what
Well,
is it, Lacey?
the thing is, you can level up to level 2, 3, 4, 5. You can, but it's not like Pokemon where you level up to level 5 and you're still fighting level ones. They scale.
So obviously this is kind of like a beta, right?
Yeah,
This is obviously a beta. Has that been addressed at all, or?
it was, I think, worse before. I think a lot of people were losing a lot, and I think they scaled it down to help people win a bit more. Because they were saying you shouldn't die like that quickly or something. This is all just like rumors I've heard. I don't actually know if that was an issue and if they actually did scale down, but just hearsay from some people that I've been playing with. But from my perspective, I got a platypus. It is one of the ones in the middle. It's not like the most rare. It's not the most common, and I
Okay.
still lose about 40% of my fights.
Okay. Before people were just getting waxed, dude.
I'm, eh,
So it's not great. That's not great, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But so it's like, well, so with the Lacey's, like, what if you did have a dojo or something like that, to where you could train, and it's based off like
I mean,
clicks.
I think you can train in the wild just fine. That you'll level up. That's not the problem. What I'm saying is when you level up, they scale, and so like you're still gonna get beat like 40% of the or 60%
Well,
of the
right. So,
time.
so address it, right? So they would just address it. They would say, okay, so instead of things like in your environment, you know, uh, it's scaling with you, right? So
Right.
what happens is, you have certain locked areas, right? And so you have to get to level 10 in order to unlock the next area. And for level, the first level 1 through 10, you're in only the specific area where you're training, and like next thing you know, you're garnering XP by defeating people, and it gets a little bit harder as you're going along there. And then finally you have a big boss fight, right? And at the end of the boss fight, it's like, okay, well, now that's like an evolved character of whatever you have, right? Like a platypus becomes like a devil platypus or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's your
Yeah.
boss, right? And so that's how you unlock the next area. That's how you get enough XP to unlock the next like level, to
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, 10 to 15, 10 to 20, 10 to 17, whatever it is, right? So that way it's like you're constantly working for the next level. And so you get a new area, and that new area has new like fauna in it. It has new surroundings with all
That's
different types of
that's
characters.
that's basically regular Pokemon. How that works, and it works really
Well, I've never
well.
played it.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I I've never played it, so I don't
Well, that's
I
basically
can
what you're
only talk.
saying. Like in the regular Pokemon game, you can walk anywhere as long as you've like got the right moves and like beat the gym battles, whatever. But
Okay.
yeah, like if you ever go to an area where the Pokemon are stronger than you, then you'll just get whopped. So you'll have to go back. Um,
Okay.
so, but the way, because it's really difficult. Because if you do want to keep the Lacies at a really valuable price, then having the really good Lacies be able to give that advantage is what you want out of the game. But as a broke investor, you don't want that. So like, how do you find this balance? Like, it is kind of balanced, I will say, because I found one in the middle. It wins 60% of the time. That's not bad, but it's still not where I'm happy, because if you're going to grind that long and find the rare one and then you lose that 40% chance, like, it's very likely you just wasted your time. But I don't know. It's definitely a difficult balance. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. If it's in the middle and it's winning 60% of the time,
What's up,
that's
Blake?
fine.
Shout outs to Blake CNFT. He's got his own channel. You guys should go follow him if you're not already. He's a great dude.
Okay.
Yeah, great
Oh,
dude.
okay. He has his own YouTube.
Yeah, I was on his channel, I think, like a month ago. He has every Friday, I think, he goes over the top 10 NFTs on OpenCNFT. And yeah,
Okay.
yeah, shout outs
Okay.
to Blake.
Nice. I'll have to sub. I'll have to sub after this.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I don't know the perfect thing. I mean, all I did was create maps, right? You want a multiplayer map? I can do that.
Yeah.
Right? You want me to build something? Like I can do that. As far as like tuning and balancing, I mean, I don't know. You throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I know they're going to hire people too to discuss some of these things and help build, because they said that they were very basic developers and they just kind of put this together to have like a working demo, essentially.
okay.
It's a very good
Okay.
working demo, I'll say, in my
It's a good
opinion.
working demo,
Yeah.
right? But um, so there's Cardania, which I'm kind of into. I don't know exactly what the gaming situation is with that, but as of right now, with Cardania, um, so they have these things, these metaverses or whatever it is, these land plots, right? That are, and I guess I don't know if it's a metaverse or like whatever. I'm going to be able to roam around in these things, but I stake them in my wallet, and if I stake with Summon Pool, right, then I get Rad Coin, and so
Yeah.
and it starts now. And so, I was one of the original founders. I had my founder's card. And I was like wondering what the hell is this all about? Like nobody knows. And then all of a sudden it was like the terraforms came out of nowhere, right? And so I was just kind of like, okay, well, this is great. And so they have different power levels and stuff like that, and it garners you more rad token or whatever. And so a rad token is actually on the market. I don't know if it's on Muesli Swap or if it's on Sunday Swap right now, but it's somewhere. It's on a DEX somewhere, right? And it's like 0.0018 ADA
Okay.
per token. And so eventually, and these guys, I think it's just a guy who's in like Germany, I want to say, or overseas. And so he's working um, slowly, if you want to consider that, but diligently, right?
Yeah.
It takes them a while to get stuff out, but when it comes out, much like Cardano or whatever, it comes out okay and it comes out right. And so it's kind of a slow burn process, but like I'm really interested in that, I would say. And so I don't know exactly what their game is going to entail, but I do have terraforms and stuff like that, and I don't know if you can walk around on them or anything like that. All I was interested in, it was gaining rad token because
Okay.
the project is pretty cool,
Yeah.
in my
They're creating a card game, I believe, similar to like Hearthstone, is what they said.
they are, yeah. And I have a pack. I have a couple packs. They're unopened, obviously, because you have to wait to open them. And I don't know if I'm going to open them or not, or if I'm going to try to sell them secondary.
Keep them like the Pokemon card packs that are super rare now.
But yeah, yes, to where it's super rare, right? So now would be the
Nice.
time to get those packs, right? I think
Yeah.
some of them are cheap, and I think you can still mint some.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I would like to get like a full set and kind of see what happens on the open market once it happens. Like, because it's cool. Like I find myself, and I'm not a huge like avid basketball card collector or baseball card collector or anything like that. But I do watch like pack opening videos for some odd reason. Like I don't know
They're
why, but
satisfying.
it is. It is. It's just the random. It's the anticipation. It's like, bro, like I can't. It's good. And
You know,
so
it's really funny that you say that because the other day I was playing Rocket League, and I kind of play Rocket League at night to just kind of calm myself before I go to bed. And I was playing it, and I kind of got like bored, and I was like, I'm gonna go open up all these. I think I only have like 2 of these things to open to see, like, I don't know, whatever you get. Right? There's like rares, uncommons, and like super rare. Like they look like these balls, and you open them up, and then you get stuff. And
right,
I opened up like 2 real quick, and I realized I had like 20 of them, and I was like, wait a minute, if I held these for like a year, right, and I could make a YouTube video out of opening up like 130 of these or something, and somebody would watch it. I think I'd get a lot of views. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, it has nothing to do with my channel, but I know this video would blow up, and maybe
right,
I could get some of the gamers over into CNFTs.
right. And I mean that's a possibility.
It-
I think that it's going to be pretty interesting, and that's one thing that I don't quite understand why gamers would be against CNFTs or NFTs. I'm sorry,
They
not
probably just don't
CNFTs.
understand.
NFTs, right? So NFTs for a game, right? NFTs for a game, right? So back in the Xbox days, right, when Xbox Live from the original Xbox got cut off, so there were people who wanted to play Halo 2, like myself, online still, and there was nothing for us. We did like a community drive, and somebody created what's called Xbox Connect, right? And so basically, you would connect to these servers that were online through this hub, right? And you would connect it to your Ethernet, um, or your Etherport, right? And so then you would be able to play through what System Link, right? So you would be able to do custom games. So you couldn't do true Xbox Live, but it was an easy way to play other people online. Um, you know, uh, that way because there was no Xbox Live at the time, right? It was all on Xbox 360, and so I can only imagine what happens as systems move on and games move on and they shut down servers and people have spent hundreds of dollars on downloadable content that they can no longer use,
Yeah.
and so I think when you think about it in that aspect, and there could be some sticky situations where with NFTs and with gaming, um, having marketplaces and other things like that, and selling it to another person, or having like bids where you bet like during the game, like I bet this particular skin of this particular weapon against your particular skin of this particular weapon.
Pink slips.
Um, yeah, I think that is a slippery slope, right, for um, people in games
Yeah.
and people and for gaming developers. And so, but
Well, I don't.
we have some way to take the money that we spent because dude, there were times in like Halo 3 and Halo 4 where I spent hundreds upon hundreds of dollars on downloadable content that I
Yep.
can no longer carry,
Yep.
so it's like wasted money. Whereas, okay, well, I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on NFTs, you know, either I can resell them on the market, or I can hold on to them, or I can create a derivative of them, or, do something. At least it's mine,
Yeah.
and Microsoft can't come in and take it away from me, even though I have no control over that, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I
I
think so. Like, I've been thinking about a lot of things lately, and like, I don't know if these all go together, but it really blew my mind when I was thinking the other day. It's really crazy to me that you can get a job with no resume and no skills. You don't even need to get an interview. You can just download DoorDash and you got a job. Like, that
Right,
blows my mind.
right.
Yeah, right? Like, I don't know.
Well, you
No
have to have a good
qualific.
driver's record, right?
I
A
guess,
semi
yeah, yeah.
semi good driving record.
Right.
Okay.
But then it goes, and then I start thinking about these really cool games. Like, 10 years ago or whatever, maybe a little bit longer, there would be no way a game like Fortnite that was released for free would be number one. No way.
No.
And so I combine those two things. I don't know why. Maybe they don't go together. Maybe they do. But the fact that like these things are free and like less is happening but more is like the outcome. So like you don't need anything for a job, but you're getting paid more. You don't need to charge people, but you're getting paid more. And so
Right.
I've thought about it like this. I think that in the future, games like Fortnite are going to come out more and more for free. And what they're going to do is they're going to give out NFTs, and what they're going to do is they're going to put royalties onto them. And all they're going to do is they're going to sell those NFTs for like $10 to $15 a piece, like they're already doing, and then you own it, and you can sell it back to your friend for whatever price that you deem it to be. They're going to create limited releases to make people happy, to make people want to invest. And then because they're going to want them to flip these for even more. They're going to be happy with their, let's say, 20,000 of them for $15, a lot of money. They're happy. And then they're going to charge 2 to 5% for every single aftermarket sale, which are being sold for even more than 15 to 20 that they sold. And they're going to continue to make money and the more popular the game is, the more the skins, let's say, are going to be sold. So the more money they're going to make on passive income without charging a dime.
Yeah. The only thing I would worry about is like, so people have people have a rough time like giving out passwords to wallets. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the likelihood of somebody's account being hacked, right? So like, let's say when the PlayStation Network went down, right, and it was down for like 3 weeks, and people got hacked. You know, it was like, imagine how many people would lose things if those were NFTs, right? In fact, there would be even more of an incentive for somebody to hack those systems if they had NFTs or something like that, you know?
Yeah, you're going to definitely, like, cybersecurity is just going to get more and more tough. We're going to need to get more and more people on that. And then also, you know, combining that with blockchain technology, I don't know if we have people up to date on how all of that is made and how we're going to protect everybody using it. So we're going to have to get to a point eventually, but because right now it's basically 90% to 99% indie, right? Like all these people are just like, I kind of know what I'm doing and this guy kind of knows what he's doing, so we made a metaverse,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And that's kind of all we got.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of anxious for this stuff to come to a head, to see what happens, to see how it plays out. I hope I see it in my lifetime, really, to be quite honest with you. I hope I see it within the next 10 years, you know, because that's going to be super interesting for me. I think
10 years we will.
We kind of wait for, you know, to happen for this thing to finally pop. And I feel like every time we're at like a point where it's like, okay, enough is enough. People are not going to want to deal with inflation. People are not going to deal with like, them printing money. Like, no. What you have to realize is 90% of people are sheep. And they're going to bitch about it all day, and they're going to complain, but they're not going to do, you know, what it takes, or, you know, whatever it may be. And cryptocurrency is not perfect by any means, for sure not. But only where we're going to get adoption is by having more people in it, and not just on exchanges, but actually having vendors use it, you know, to make it less trivial, I guess you would say. But sorry, that's not with gaming.
No, you're good. Harvey brought up a... Huh?
What about cornucopias?
Um,
Is that am I correct?
Yes.
And you were kind of not stoked, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Because
stoked.
they had the sprinters, or the bubbles, or bubble sprinters.
Dude.
Just whatever.
I was preparing for so long for like a few drops. The most anticipated I was for Equine, and thank God Equine just did what they said they were going to do and has left us alone for a while, only with cool updates. Like, that's what I wanted from Cornucopias. I don't care if you want to release other stuff, but bro, 2 vehicles, I would have been okay with maybe a vehicle and then some land, or maybe a vehicle and then a character. You're right. Like, dude, 2 vehicles back to back? I don't know about that, man. You just made 1.5 mil. I understand it costs a lot to make this project, but you've been making this. You've been making this for a long time, and you just made this money. You can at least last another 2 months, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes for sure, but I mean,
That's true. I don't know. I'm just saying.
it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell, right? You don't see it not selling,
Yeah, they're probably
but
gonna
I think
sell.
like
They lowered
it's
the
gonna be
price.
what?
They lowered the price. It's not 120. I think it's 90 now.
How pissed off would you be? How pissed off would you be if you minted the first time around
I did.
at 120?
I
And
did.
now they're lowering a price of the second one?
Yeah.
Oof. That's rough, dude.
And I
I
minted it,
know.
and I bought one off the floor for 250.
I know. I know. We talked about that, but
I'm not happy.
dude, it's
I think they look cool though. They do look cool. Like at least they're executing and at least it looks good. You know, I don't want to hate too much because I want the project to succeed. I just think that they really should have spaced this out. Nobody's super pumped about it. Nobody's like, heck yeah, I can get another vehicle that I can't use for a while. Like nobody's super pumped. Like maybe a few, right? And I'm not trying to
Why
hate
didn't
on
they
it.
do
I'm just
land?
salty. I don't know.
Why didn't they do land?
They said they're doing land. I feel like they could have done land first. Space out the vehicles. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know.
Not my project. I don't. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, and don't get me wrong. Like I was okay. Um, any project can do exactly whatever they want, and like there are a lot more. They're smarter people than me, obviously, in the space, and so. But I was kind of underwhelmed with the variety in which was given for 1.5 mil. I
Yeah.
was kind of underwhelmed.
They just changed the colors, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
They look great. It's just that, dude, there was so much more potential to be had. Like, yes, you delivered something really cool. Your building in your game is really cool, but, it really doesn't take that much if you're already doing these really elaborate things to just change the design a little bit. Like, you guys have been, the team has really done really intricate things all around. They know what to do. They know how to do it. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not my project. Like I can't say. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, it won't matter.
So
You know what I
Rafiki
mean?
says, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's cool.
He says, isn't the first bubble drop the only ones that can race in game? And no. The bubble jets are the only ones that can fly. The other ones you can race. I actually showed a video of their demo where it's literally a racetrack. That's the only demo that they have of the javelins. So they're definitely racing. But they look cool.
And I think you had one. You had a demo for what is it? Gosh, what was it? Where you had the rover.
Oh,
Am I
Carta Station.
Carta Station? That's right.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
right.
metaverse project on the moon.
Right. And I think I want to say Rafriki's into that, or a dude on my channel called Zero, who's a really great guy, is into that. Uh, and I saw it, and yeah, it looks like it was like suffering a little bit from like some FPS issues and other things like that. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of interested. Like I said, with gaming, I feel like we need to crawl before we walk, and I feel like we're just trying to sprint right now. And I realize that we have technology now to sprint, um, but I want to see the proof. I want to see something simple come out that we can play. And
Yeah.
I'm very happy Ada Zoo came out with something. I'm very happy Sushi Bites had something, to come out with, even though it's kind of like not half baked, but kind of half baked. It's not
It's just
exactly what
very
it should
basic.
be. Right? It's
But
very basic.
that's all.
Yeah,
You're right though. That's all we have all we have to go off of right now. Like, we really can't jump. I mean, even Ethereum. What's Ethereum's best game? Axie Infinity, right?
Axie.
Axie,
Yeah.
and then is there another one though? I mean, I'm sure there's more, but
Also, they have Sandbox, right? And they have
You play games in Sandbox, or is it just a metaverse?
It's kind of like a metaverse, like almost like Minecraft and stuff, where you get to go on like adventures and whatnot. So there's Minecraft, and then there's another game on Xbox or whatever, and I forget what it's called, but it's kind of like Minecrafty sort of deal.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have the sandbox, which people own land and they can put games and poker and whatever they want on their land, right? So you can
Okay.
bet and do other stuff. So, um,
Because I mean, I think like we really just have to look at Ethereum and be like, okay, this is what we can anticipate in the future because they are ahead of us. So looking at Ethereum though, and also seeing that they're not too far ahead of us, makes me think that like either we're really far away or Ethereum just like hasn't, for whatever reason, had like the resources maybe to make like something incredible. I don't know.
well, what's a game you would make?
If I had like infinite resources and I had a team of people that
Say you
like,
had infinite resources. Yeah, you had
yeah,
infinite resources. What would you
I'd make a game like Halo.
Okay.
Like I want a game that lasts between 10 to maybe 15 minutes, and then you need to start another one, maybe even shorter. I don't know, somewhere around there, maybe 8 minutes at the least though. And yeah, I want it to be like action packed. I want it to be fun, engaging, like get your adrenaline pumping. I love all that stuff. Something like Rocket League is really fun, but how do you implement making money off of those? I mean, I guess you really have to have the tokenomics down in a way that could make any game work. Like the tokenomics could be like everybody gets 5 coins for every game and the winner gets 20 coins or something, because I don't want a game where I have to risk my coins every time I play, or else I'm not going to want to play because I'm stingy. So I'm just not going to play the game. So
yeah, and that's an interesting concept, and so I think I don't know if Rocket League would work, but if you could do something like an F1 racer or something like that, where it's like pixelated, right, and you kind of zoom around the stadium, right, and you have oil slicks and like boosts and stuff like that. It's kind of like a top-down view. So if we could start with something like that, even though it's like a little baby step, right, and then create technology off of that, like maybe it's a recursive NFT, maybe it's, you know, um, your pixelated car has flames coming off of it or whatever it may be, and that's a limited release by participating in this social event. You know, um, it doesn't necessarily have to be like um, boosts or anything like that, but like to where you can bet on the actual game going down, and
yeah,
so that would be cool. That would be uh, some proof of life that I would need to see in order to start being like, okay, gaming on particular chains is legit,
yeah.
you know, and stuff. So
You
I
know,
don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much,
well,
I don't.
I actually really like. I just thought about this because you said like something basic, and then I thought about, okay, well we're kind of going basic in everything as soon as blockchain technology came out, because nothing is like perfected yet. So everything is basic. All the games that we're gonna have are gonna be basic, and also they're gonna have to be basic because we don't even have the speed to do anything crazy. But I've been wanting something basic for the longest time. Like, I know Ghost brought this up earlier. I didn't show it, but he talked about RuneScape, and he was like, some people still play old school RuneScape for 20 hours every day or whatever. And like, if people don't know about play to earn, like people from RuneScape will really know play to earn. And that's why I'm so into this, is because, I played a lot of RuneScape. I understand that these items that you get that are limited are worth so much more than you ever thought they would be, like 2 to 3 years later. Whenever there's like an update or something that stops like party hats from being out or whatever.
Hey, something just came up. I don't mean to cut this
No,
off.
you're
I gotta
good.
go.
It's
Yeah.
all good. I'll finish up my
Okay.
train of thought and I'll dip out. So,
Sorry about that, man.
no, you're good, bro. Have a good night, man.
Yep. All right, bye.
Yep. All right. So, yeah. What I was going to say is I'm really looking forward to kind of the simplicity. For example, I really loved Halo 2 and I really loved Halo 3. It was just a simple, like, run speed was always the same. There was no sprinting. You could like scope in real quick, get shot, and then when you get hit, like, you zoom out and then you can zoom back in. You get hit, you zoom out. Like just basic games, they work so well. And now they add all these things like a ground pound, which makes you invincible for like 5 seconds, and then you get an invisible thing, and then you get sprint, you get loadouts, you get like all these jetpacks, and it just makes everything way too convoluted. Like we could definitely go back to some simplicity and have it do our minds and our brains, and everything wonders. You know, everything is way too complex. And we don't need to have these really elaborate games where you're running and scaling and parkouring, and nah, man, we could really go back to some simplicity. But yeah, if there's any questions you guys want to ask, I'll stick around for maybe like another 5-10 minutes. I'll answer some questions, and then I'll end it here. Ghost, you say Halo 3 was... Dude, I would play so much Halo 3. I was so addicted that I would come home and I would play till like 3 to 4 in the morning every single day after high school. And I did it for 3 years. It was one of the only games. I owned an Xbox 360 for 4 years, and I only owned, I think, 5 games. It was BioShock. That was the very first game it came with. Freaking love BioShock. Ghostface is kind of... It's like he's still here with me. I love BioShock. What was the other game? Halo 3. I can't even remember the others. I bought Call of Duty 4, but I didn't like it. I didn't really like Call of Duty. Agree on keeping it. Dude, yes, 100%. Rafiki, I love you, man. Hell yeah. So, dude, I can't even remember the other games. Like, I only played Halo 3. I have hundreds, maybe thousands of hours in that game. It was ridiculous. Do you think it's worth starting a new project on Cardano right now, or just prepping for a bull? Let me bring up your question. So, what do you mean, is it worth starting a new project? Like, are you trying to become a project owner? Or, like, as an investor, are you saying, would you rather start up a project? Or, as an investor, would you rather put your money into just buying Cardano when it's low? Gear? Oh, I did own Gears. I actually hated Gears. I gave it away for free. I hated it so much. Sorry. I hated Gears with a passion. I'm going to lose like probably 5 people. You said earlier it wasn't worth as an artist. I don't remember saying it wasn't worth it as an artist. Maybe I did. I don't remember saying that though. I was saying I think the only way to make it now is to have really good art, because it just won't stand out unless it's really well done. And the things that have been standing out recently are these 3D renderings, which is why a lot of projects have been trying to rug pull using Blender and 3D assets. So you really got to watch out. Saying lack of traction. I don't know if I'm 100% following you, but I would say... Oh, I get what you mean. Like, is it worth trying to like sell your project now or wait for a bull run? 3D rendering is so basic and easy. It may be very basic and easy, and but that's what fools a lot of people. Like, a lot of people were fooling people with websites back in the day too. Like, not too long ago, people were really fooling people with some elaborate websites, and then some people came out and were like, dude, it's really easy to set up these websites. There's, you know, and the thing is too, if there's one guy, or even let's say 3 guys who are scamming and they're really good at creating websites, then they're going to spend their time and make it really, really nice and scam a bunch of people and make a bunch of good websites. So it's unfortunate, because all we have to do is read the book by its cover, because we're so used to people not doxing themselves. If you want to be a good project now, all you have to do is dox. If you're going to stick around and you promise you're going to stick around, you know it in your heart, it's not that hard. Just dox. Maybe you don't want like your family to be threatened or anything, but I mean, how many people are actually getting threatened and like having people come to their house and like, I don't know, shoot up their house or something? I haven't heard of any of that. Maybe it's legit and people have a legit reason to be fearful, but I just think, you know, if you live your life in fear, you're not going to get anywhere. I think you should just dox. I don't know, just my point of view. You have to go. Have a good night. All right, homie. Have a good night. Yeah, I do think 3D rendering is probably basic enough to do stuff. I mean, look at Ada Boys, you know. There was literally a YouTube video showing you how to make most of what Ada Boys was making. I think it was like maybe a 16-minute video. I'm not good at 3D rendering. I've never tried it. I don't know how hard it is, but yeah, I show my name, etc. for my project, so fingers crossed. There you go. people will respect good docs. If you're around too, like, the longer you're around, the more notoriety you have. You know, people are going to be like, I've seen this guy, you know, I respect him, he's not going anywhere, I can throw my money here. But I do think personally that the artists that are going to succeed on Cardano are either going to be like the really big artists or artists who have been around for the longest time. And I think most of those people are going to get their money from whales who've made a lot of money on other projects, which is why I also support flipping. So like, let's say there's a guy, let's say it's me, right? I'm not really into art personally, but I do like certain things and I will support certain projects, but I'm broke, so I wouldn't support now. But if I made, let's say, a big flip and I made, let's say, 1,000 ADA, well, then I may go back and buy like 100 ADA worth of this project because I want to help support and I just made a bunch of money. So this is like kind of a donation, but kind of I like your art. So, you know, during a bull market, everybody does better. If you can flip, then all the other projects are going to get the love from the money that was flipped, etc. Stuff like that. It's just a snowball effect of positivity, and just like it's a snowball effect right now during the bear market of negativity. I mean, how do you have a project 18,000 people in mandrills and have the project go under mint? That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. And yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.